Gabriella, were you calling me to tell me that my mic was muted? Have I been rambling for like 5, 10, 15 years and I had a muted mic this whole time? That's embarrassing, isn't it? That is very embarrassing. So I'm going to repeat what I said at the beginning of this stream so you can understand why my brain's a bit frazzled. So at 5 to 12, I'm sat here, I'm getting ready, making sure everything's working. Get a knock. One of them a knock on the door. It was downstairs and I'm on the 3rd floor. Hi, we're delivering a chair to you. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? I'm like, can you bring it upstairs? Like, no, you have to come downstairs and get it. Go downstairs. I'm like, is this heavy? We're like, yeah, it's £64. I'm like, oh my God, I've now got to lug £64 up these stairs and I'm streaming in the next few minutes. What is happening? So I didn't get time to check if everything's working here, which is why you're going to see me look left and right, up and down a lot, because I'm checking if things are working. And which is why I was talking for a good few minutes without realising that my mic was muted, because I haven't had a chance to actually do my final checks. And that is embarrassing. And nothing worse can happen in this stream. I'm going to keep telling myself that. From now on, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be smooth. How is everyone? How are you? If you are watching me, if you want to say hello, put your name in the chat. Tell me where you're coming from. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Because as an introvert, I can sit here and talk to myself for the next 2 hours. But I would love to speak to you all instead. And I really need to catch my breath. My God, I'm out of breath. And I need to change this view so I can actually see the chat. There we go. So Gabriella, one more time, you can definitely hear me, right? You can definitely hear me? I'm going to assume yes. Yeah, you can hear. Perfect, great. So, why are we here today? What am I doing? So last week, Monday, I had about 3 or 4 people all at the same time ask me for my bio and a headshot for various reasons. Rather than copying and pasting, so I'm going to be an efficient developer and add this to my website, send them the link, and that'll be easier. So I went to my website and I was like, I'm using Tailwind CSS. I don't remember Tailwind CSS at all. And I don't have time to look at the documentation. And as I'm looking at it and I'm trying to understand, what did I write? I don't quite understand this. I was very tempted to then cancel all of my meetings that day just so I can rebuild this entire website. So I thought, no, you know what? We can't do that. That's not efficient. That's not productive. Understand, do something really quickly now. Update, add this one page, send the link over to people, but rebuild this website using tools that you like, because I've always used my website as a playground. And hi Charlene Hunter, how are you? Why are you looking shocked? I didn't cancel all my meetings. I was there. I was tempted to cancel all my meetings. I just didn't actually do it. So now I'm going to use tools that I like and that I can easily maintain, because I only look at this website once a year and I usually decide to rebuild it about once a year. But this time I'm going to actually build it, try and finish it, and we'll see what happens. So why am I live streaming it? I get asked a lot how to start a project or what my thought process is when I'm building things. Yeah, and I can explain it over and over again, but how about I just show you all instead? I think that would be a little easier. So here we are. I've created a brand new repo last night, and I've got the very basics set up, and we are going to build my personal website all over again. Are you ready? I don't think I am. I'm going to wing it. We're going to do it. It's going to be great. So for the very, very first time, I actually made some designs for it. I never do that. I usually just go top of my head, whatever I'm thinking I'm going to do. This time I thought I'd be a bit more organized, and I have lost the mouse already. I made some designs. So I took some time out, went into Figma, and I created this. So this is the mobile version. This is the desktop version. As you can see, and when we're being good front-end developers, we always do mobile first. So let's do that, shall we? And let me show you what I've done so far in terms of setting up the structure of the project. So I've deleted some of the boilerplate code. Let's go back to Chrome so you can see it. I've deleted some of the boilerplate code that came with it. I created a custom document so I can have some meta tags, always important. You need to have a description of your website or your application. I've already added in the fonts that I want to use. So I'm using Quattrocento Sans, let's say that. And then I want to use style components. So I've added the style component dependency. I've created some theme config, which is just a massive JavaScript object with some basic styling that I want to have: colors, fonts, the font family, font weight, etc. So I can create some global styling that's going to be across every page and every component on the website. So I've got the style components set up, the config's up and running. I've added some of the colors that, oh, that's wrong, look at that. I've added some of the colors that I've picked out from Figma. And if you're not sure how to do that in Figma, literally click on something, inspect it, and you can see the color on the right hand side. So, wow, did I just forget all of the hashtags for my hexadecimal? I did. And actually, let me commit those changes right now before I forget. So style, I like to use sort of semantic version. It's conventional commits. I like to use conventional commits so I can keep track of what I'm doing. So I'm making a styling change. So at the beginning of my commit, I'm going to write style. So we are adding hashtags at the beginning of hexes and push. Get my terminal up a little bit. So, oh my god, my mind's gone blank already. This is how I work as a dev. My mind goes blank several times a day. Okay, so yeah, we've got that. And then I also added my favorite hook that I created ages ago. So we all know about the hamburger menu by now. So it's really, really commonly used when you have a mobile navigation. We see these three lines, commonly known as a hamburger, because you've got the two buns and the meat and filling in the middle. I didn't make this up. Now, devs are peculiar people. We all know that. But I know a lot of people will use a third-party library, some type of dependency to create this. But really, it's only a few lines of JavaScript that you need to create a whole mobile navigation. And I've been reusing the same hook that I created. As soon as React hooks came out, I created my own custom hook to do exactly that. And I've just been copying and pasting it from a gist over and over again for years now. So instead of using a third-party library or an external dependency, I'm just using the window API to check the inner width. So we know breakpoints, right? We now do the width of our device is what's determining the size of its mobile or desktop, etc. So using the Windows API, you can check the inner width, and if it's less than 768 pixels, it's mobile. It's a simple if statement. It's a simple comparison. So get the Windows API. It's going to be an object. Check for inner width. If it's less than 768 pixels, it's mobile. As simple as it is. And then you add a event listener. We love event listeners, and we keep on listening out to the window as it's being resized, and we keep checking that. The internet is built on comparisons and loops. I tell people all the time, and they think I'm exaggerating. Comparison and loops, if statements and loops. That's what the internet is made of. So with this hook right here, I can create my mobile navigation. So I think that'd be a nice place to start. Instead of doing the layout, etc., and you watching me do some CSS, let's make some mobile navigation. So on desktop, it's going to look like this. We're going to have home, guestbook. Guestbook will be a page where you all eventually can come and sign your name, leave me a message, be nice. I just ask that you be nice, because if you're not nice, I'm going to delete it. Then the page with all the talks that I have given or intend to do in the future. I want to make my own dashboard, because everyone loves a dashboard. And more about me will have, well, my bio and my headshot. So these are the links currently, the pages currently that I'm going to have. I can always add to it. We'll see. So this will be the desktop navigation, and this will be the mobile navigation. So let's make that happen using this lovely use is mobile hook that I created years ago. The breakpoints are probably incorrect at this point. I should really update it. But it seems to work. So let's get on with it. Where should we start? So let's make a header component. I'm going to call it header.js. And eventually I'm going to have some styling in there. So let's import some style components already. And it's styled, I'm going to call it, not styled components. And I'm going to make my header component. At the moment, I'm not going to have any props. I might change my mind, I can add them afterwards. And in fact, no, this is fine. This is fine. Just going to return a div for now. Saying, hey everyone. And export that before I forget. Because I do have a bad habit of not exporting things and then wondering why nothing works. So let's get rid of all of this from the homepage and just display our header component instead. So go to the homepage and yeah, delete all of this. All of this. Bye-bye. Header. And let's import this bad boy. I don't need any of that. Import header from components. /header. Now, if you're paying attention, you might be like, your components is local and there's no relative path here, that's because in NextJS, you can create your own absolute imports and module paths, module aliases, which is a godsend. So I've said that anything in the components folder, when I'm importing it, just go component slash and the name of the component. If it's in a hook, it would just be hook slash the name of the hook. Content eventually will be my local CMS. It'll be content slash whatever the name of the file is, and styles, etc, etc. So when I'm importing the header onto this page, I don't need to be dot slash whatever. No, I don't need to know the relative path. Components slash header, because NextJS underneath the hood is handling that for me. And I thank them for that. And now we can see, hey everyone, how exciting. So let's make use of that hook. So let's import it for starters. Import, what's it called? Use is mobile? Yeah, that thing. See? Absolute imports. Love them. So, is my keyboard just stopped? No, you're back? Cool. I'm gonna make use of that hook straight away. It returns a boolean. So I'm gonna assign it to a boolean, is mobile, use is mobile. And using everyone's favorite debugging tool in JavaScript, let's do a console log and see what is mobile gives us back. Oh, that's right. I need to destructure it. There we go. So now if I start resizing this, it's still mobile. It's still, okay, let's make you bigger. Let's do that. Still mobile. Still, oh, we went over 768. So it's not mobile anymore. And yep, no, back under. There you go. That's that hook working right there. Right, let's go back to where was I? Mobile large. And make you half the size. I think I had this at 150% so you could all see. So let's do some conditional rendering while we're here. Let's update this div and say, hey everyone, and do a condition inside of it. If we are in mobile, so is mobile is true, then let's have a string saying I am in mobile, or I am not in mobile. Alright, cool, so we're in mobile. Oh, no, it did change it. Should probably make it a more distinguished or better string so I can see the difference easily. I am desktop or tablet. So we're mobile and now we're desktop or tablet. Lovely. So using that hook, I can do some conditional rendering. Alright. Choo. So I've already got that hamburger SVG. I've downloaded it somewhere. This one I'm talking about. Now, where on my machine did I put you? I actually can't remember. I need to go looking for it. Can you find the window? Downloads. Nope. Found it. So instead of just importing the entire image, I'm going to grab the SVG of it because it's more performant. The more you can just write in code rather than having to rely on external things, the better. So we're going to use the SVG code of it, not the actual image itself. Let's change that to show SVG and update you real quick because you need to be camel case. Look at that. And we go to Chrome. There we go. We have got our SVG. And if we make it bigger, we get our text. Amazing. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to get rid of this bit of text. We don't need that. Keep his div for now. Actually, no, let's do it properly. Our header, let's use some semantic thingy-majiggy. Brain's gone dead, can't think of words. Let's make it semantic and use a header. Even here will be the list, will just be the list of all of our menu items. So let's create the list of our menu items. I'm going to put it into an array because why not? And it'll be an array of objects. Each object will be each menu item. It'll be like the URL, so the path, change to path. And then the label that we want to display for it. I'll put a hashtag for all of them for now. Oh, I didn't name it. Menu items. So if we go back to Figma, what is in my menu? Because I've already forgotten. We've got home. We've got guest book. So lowercase b, lowercase b. Talks. The dashboard. And more about me. This is just like our lessons because I can't hear anyone and I feel like I'm talking to myself. Doing our lessons completely prepared me to be a live streamer. So now I'm just like, I'll just continue talking to myself over the next few hours. It's completely fine. It's just like teaching at a boot camp all over again. Alright, what was I doing again? Except now I'm a little less organised. I'm like, what am I doing again? What's happening? There's no slides that I can quickly refer to. I'm just like, wait, what am I doing? So I'm going to need you all to keep me on track. If you see me get distracted, and Gabriella, I'm looking at you because you would distract me. If you see me get distracted, just be like, we are talking about this. You were just doing that. Please go back to it. Because we all know, very distracted. And I'll see something shiny. And I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Take a look over here. And you all can't see it. Okay, what am I doing? See, forgotten already. Menu items. Cool. That's in an array. So, on the desktop version, let's just loop over that. And we're going to do a map. Oh, we need to put brackets. I need some brackets. Menu items. That's not how you spell menu. Dot map. We're going to do a good old for each item. Gabriella, don't distract me. No, you know I'm very like, oh, what are you saying in the chat? Let me just stop. And you're gonna all just watch me read. Just watch me read. It's not fun. Oh god, I forgot what I'm doing. I am the worst. So this is gonna be a list of items. Let's put it in a LI list item already. And we're just gonna show each item. Keep forgetting about my brackets. And yes, I've already done something wrong. Let's wrap unordered list around that. Yes, I need a key, don't I? And my key is going to be each item name because they're all unique. So now let's take a look. So mobile, we have got a... No, Charlie, our lessons were not like this. They were a vibe. They were always fun and educational. How dare you? Oh, this is not a t-shirt. It's a jumper. It's from H&M. It's like 10 years old. It was only $7.99. I refused to let it go because I really, really love it. And can you all defend me, please? Because Charlie's going to tell me off like, is this what you were teaching them? Is this how you were teaching them? Please, please. Please defend me. Defend me. And, oh, what did I do wrong? See, you distracted me and I've broken the code. Ah, no. I knew. Right, I'll just found the path key label. Oh yeah, that's true. Item is an object. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Can we just kick her out? If it's not kick Charlene Hunter out, it's gonna kick her out. So, now this has stopped working. Why is that? 768. Oh no, it's working again. There we go. So now we've got our desktop nav and our mobile nav. Well, the skeleton of both of them. And we didn't need a bootstrap or some third-party library to do this. We can just do it ourselves. With a few lines of JavaScript. So, let's add some styling. Let's do it. Let's go into the world of CSS, shall we? We want the mobile menu to be on the right hand side and the desktop to be on the left hand side. So let's do mobile first. So we've got a header element at the moment. Let's turn it into a styled component. Maybe header, no, that's already header, styled header, let's call it that because it's our styling. Equals styled dot header. And we want to make it to the left. So let's make this, let's make it flex, man. Let's make it flex box. And then, okay, wrap the whole thing in our styled header. Now let's head over to the dev tools and inspect this bad boy. I want to open this Flexbox editor to remind me what to use. So we want justify content flex end when it's on mobile. And then, yeah, I think that's it, right? And then on desktop will be justify content flex start. to justify content, flex, and when we're doing it on desktop, let's add the media query in min width 768 pixels. We're going to say justify content, flex start. Let's see what happens, shall we? Oh, look at that already. On the right hand side on mobile, on the left hand side on desktop. Okay, we are getting somewhere. See, Charlene, everyone misses class. Everyone misses class. Disciplinary. Have I handed in my notice this month yet? It's been a long time since I threatened to quit, right? I'm joking, by the way. I love my job. Can't get rid of me. Let's get rid of this console log. Don't need you anymore. So this unordered list, we don't want these bullet points. Yuck. And we also want them all in one row. So let's style that unordered list, shall we? Let's do that. I'm going to call the unordered list, I'm going to call it list. Styled list. And it's the unordered list. And this is where I'm going to start Googling, because the basics of CSS, I'm like, what? Who? What? What? So remove bullet points from unordered list. Yeah, you. List style none. Thank you, Google. Text decoration none. Does that work as well? All right, I'm going to do that. Text decoration. Glad someone knows CSS around here. And let's change this unordered list to be our style component list. Let's see what happens. Oh. Maybe it is list style none. Let's give that a go. List style none. Alright. Make that. And there we go. We got no bullet points. Now let's make this all in one line using my good friend Flexbox. Oh my god, Flexbox is horrible. I hate Flexbox. Blah blah blah. Look at that. Oh my god, Flexbox sucks. I hate it. It's so hard. And now we've got one row. And then let's give ourselves a little space in between all of them. Actually, we haven't specified the width or anything, have we? Come on, make it bigger. I need some music, man. Oh. What is this random padding we have here? If I space around, space evenly, are you doing anything? Let's add a width onto this. Let's make it take up 80% of the space available. 80%. There we go. Then we can do one of these space evenly. Yeah, that'll do. Space evenly. So it's justify content. Space evenly. That'll do for now. Anyway, we can update. And we're trying to match the styles perfectly. So look, we got the beginnings of our navigation. How exciting. Maybe, oh, didn't mean to do that. Maybe 8% is too much. Let's make it 60. We'll adjust. Okay. So now let's make it so that when we click on the SVG in mobile, let's go back to you, we actually get our menu items. So we got the SVG. Let's wrap a, put a div around it. And I'm gonna put a on click, because we need to click on it. And then let's have a bit of state. So let's import state. Import use state. So having a bit of state, so when I click on the div, then we will change to have a different view. So we click on the div, click on the SVG, little hamburger icon, and then we say that our mobile menu is going to be visible. And we're going to have a bit of state. I'll call it something as basic as show mobile view. I know, I can't think of names. I'm terrible at naming variables. Terrible. Const show mobile menu. Set show mobile menu. Oh my god, Tanya, you can't spell. I know. And by default, it's going to be false. By default, we're not showing the mobile menu until we click on the button. And we're going to set show mobile menu to be true. And then we're going to have a little bit down here that if show mobile menu is true, I'll just do it quickly. Let's do a string. Hey, I am the mobile menu. And I'm just going to show it underneath. Give it a click. Yay, look at that. That's working. We've got our menu items, haven't we? Let's just show them. This time we probably do want to show them in a column rather than a row. Having said that, just gonna copy and paste this bad boy over here. There you go. Okay, let me show you all a little trick. You know, if you want to turn something on and off, make it true then false, depending on a click. Rather than hard coding it, put true here or false. Put the bit of the variable that's holding the boolean, the current state of the boolean. Put exclamation mark in front of it. It's a nice little shortcut to do the opposite of what show mobile menu currently is. So to begin with is false, If I click on it, do the opposite, so it becomes true. If I click on it again, do the opposite again, it becomes false. So see that? Oh no, just create something on and off. It's a nice little trick. So on mobile, we do want to show this in a column instead of having it in a row of the list items I'm talking about. So if we go to our list style component, for mobile, we can add a media, add a media query. We do mobile first, don't forget. So whatever's in the main bit has to be the main thing we're showing. The mobile stuff we're showing. Whatever's in the media query is the desktop equivalent of it. Blah, 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 blah. What am I doing? Oh my God, I've forgotten. Wow, my brain is the worst. Making it a column. Flex direction. Column. Should be for mobile. And then for desktop, it should be a mobile. Yep, Gabriella, you got it right. And oh, look, got it twice. I need to add an extra condition. Show mobile menu. Switch check. Is mobile still? And show. So if is mobile is true and show mobile menu is true, then we get the column. That styling's got a bit janky though. Why are you like suddenly? Oh yes, because we put a width, didn't we? That width can be moved down to be desktop only. There we go, that looks better. So some basic JavaScript, we got ourselves a nice little navigation going on it. We've got some mobile stuff, we've got some desktop stuff. Who needs external libraries when we can just write 5 lines of JavaScript to get it done? Alright, let's actually make it look more like the designs. Let's go back to it. So I've got some spacing around here. We're going to have a logo here. And on desktop, we're going to have the menu on the left and then an icon on the right. Let's get that sorted. So let's do mobile first. Have this logo on the left hand side or a placeholder for this logo because I have to import separate fonts and I forgot to do that earlier. So let's have a placeholder for this on the left and then this on the right hand side. And what am I doing? Let's make this placeholder. Is mobile, we've got this div. I'm actually going to, do we need some CSS? Nah, you'll find as a div. Gonna add another div to wrap around all of this. Because I'm going to add this logo here. It'll be inline, it's called give it a span. Nice. Man. Let's make it a div. Let's make it a style component. Why not? It's going to be a logo. Let's call it. Let's do it right now. Styled.div. Let's give it a width of. What is this? What is this? Oh, random. 43 by 49. Let's make it a bit more even. No, it's fine. So 43 will do. 43 pixels. The height is 49 pixels. And because it's a placeholder for now, 1 pixel, solid. Let's use something from our theme. So I can quickly show you how to use the theme config that I set up earlier. Because in style components, we got access to props. Props.theme. And my theme's available in every component, in every page, everywhere. It's great. So I got the colors. Spelled the American way. I know, don't judge me. And it's got pink. And let's add that. Oh, what's your issue? What did I break? So I added that div. No, oh, what did I break? What did I break? Oh, don't need to close you. What did I break? What did I break now? Got too many divs in it. Oh, no, hang on. You close. I need a closing div. Yeah, there we go. We're missing the closing div. Let's go back to the browser. What's going on now? Look, we have a placeholder for our logo. Let's make it nice and big, 5 pixels, that'll do. And it's on the right hand side, because I've said on mobile, everything in the header should be justify content flex end. So let's update that. Take a look on the little editor. And let's say instead space between space. I think space evenly will work, but why are you coming in the middle? What have I done wrong? It's because you're all the same thing. You're gonna be a fragment. Inspect me. Come on, Flexbox editor. Alright, that's better. We want space between. And let's check what's happening on desktop. Yeah, you're still good. Cool. Oh my god, I hate Flexbox, it's so horrible. That's how a lot of people sound to me. It's really funny. I'm not gonna lie, I hated Flexbox when I first heard it. I was like, what is this Flexbox? I just don't understand it. And then I realised I could center a div in like 2 lines. And I was like, oh, what? My world has changed. Let me zoom in a sec because this menu now needs to be more aligned, like center aligned with our little placeholder logo. So let's do that. Using Flexbox, shall we? Why not? There we go. Align items center. That will do lovely. Align items center. So why my chat box moved itself? Let's put it back to where you belong. Bottom right hand corner. About you moving yourself. Alright, we're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere. Let me remind myself of what this styling looks like. It's got a logo there, we've got this there, love it. And on desktop, we're gonna need to have this. So let me download this SVG quickly. Put it on the desktop for now. Open it up because I want to grab that code. Ooh, it's massive. Oh, that's huge. Okay. It's times like this where I'm not gonna just put all of that code in here because it's gonna make my eyes bleed. So I'm going to create some SVG components. And I'm going to make them components because then I can start updating, I don't know, like fill colors, strokes, etc. on the fly. So literally, if I want to, I can add props to them. So let's move that hamburger menu one. So let's call it menu, export, const, menu. I might have props eventually, not in the moment. Let's get that from header. And now let's import menu. Did you import correctly? Where user? There we go. Then let's put this massive moon SVG inside here as well. Export cons. At least I have one place to look for all my SVGs now. Not, oh, which component is it in? I've got to find it in this place, that place, blah, blah, blah. No, mate, you in one place. Makes life easier for my very forgetful brain. I'm just going to put it right at the top just to make sure we have it and can see it and everything's okay. Menu and moon. There we go. Yay, we got you. So moon is only going to be currently only shown on desktop. So let's move it to that part of the condition. There's a list. And it's the second part. So let's wrap all of this in a fragment. Alright, let's take a look. What have we done for desktop, shall we? What's happening? I don't see any moon. I don't see any moon. What have I done? List items, blah, blah, blah. I put it in the wrong place. To the wrong line. It's supposed to be up here. That's why. Line 65. What did I do? Need to wrap a. Wait. What did I just do? Moon. Save. Oh. Okay. Just acting up. So Charlene, no, I didn't set up the theme in this stream. But if you want later on, I can quickly run you through it. Just remind me later. Or take a look. It's all public. This is gonna be a public repo. Take a look at it later. But essentially it was importing style components, creating my theme object, and then in the app.js, creating the theme, using the theme provider and passing my custom theme to it. That's essentially what I did for creating the theme. Okay, so we have got that with the moon. By the way, you might be thinking, why has she got a moon? That's so weird. We're gonna have dark mode, because why not? Why not, right? Everyone else has it, why shouldn't I? So eventually we're gonna have dark mode. There was something I wanted to do, like, go back to desktop. This moon should be all the way on the right hand side. We need to update our flexbox. It's currently set to flex start. I believe on mobile we changed it to be space between. I think that can work for desktop as well. Let's do that. Yeah, look at that, that works. And I think this would be a good place to commit, because I haven't committed yet. So what do we do? Created the header component, created a couple of SVGs, and we're rendering the header component. I'm going to make a new branch. Come on, load. Load today, please. Yay. Let's call it header. Tony! How's it going? Just like everyone knows, Tony's been telling me for, I don't know, like 2 years? Probably longer than, no, about 2 years, to do some live streaming. And, well, you know I'm stubborn. It just took me 2 years to listen to your advice and finally start doing it. But I'm here now. Alright, let's commit. And feature, it's gonna be a header. What have we done? Created header component. Let's keep it simple. So what I'm learning today, Tony, is to like take your advice more often and just listen to you, because you are clearly always right. So if you have any other advice for me, I'm all ears, and I'm going to be less stubborn and actually listen to you. Okay, so we've got that going. So when we're in mobile and we click on our hamburger, we don't want to see the logo here. We don't want to see the hamburger anymore. And maybe we just want to see the menu items only, but everything else can disappear. Let's make that happen. So saying this show menu, then show these items. If show mobile menu is true, we show these items in a column. So if show mobile menu is false, then we don't show them. Oh, what did I do wrong? Something. Yeah. Let's make another condition in here. Show mobile menu is false. Oops. What have I done wrong? Too many brackets, mate. Too many incorrect brackets. Oh. Too many brackets. Okay. So if we are desktop, we see that. If we are, right, there we go. For mobile, we click that. Now we only see that. Lovely. Just adding an extra condition, but now we can't close this. So let's add something to close this. So when we are showing the mobile menu, that's true. We get the list. Let's also have some type of mechanism to be able to close it. I'll put a button for now, but it'll be something pretty, not a button afterwards. Close me. On click of the button, what we're gonna do, we're gonna set show mobile menu to be false. Set show mobile menu, nope, wrong place in it, there we go, false. Click me, yay, click me. So now we can update where we're calling set show mobile menu before. instead of having a nice little trick here, we can just hard code it to be true, because the only time we're gonna ever see this hamburger being visible is when we're not showing the mobile menu. So the only thing it can do is set show mobile menu to be true. Okay. Me. I think we got somewhere. Alright, let's take a look at the designs. What else have we got? Tell you what, I haven't got any designs for it, but we can wing it. Let's design this bit so when the mobile menu is actually open. Because having these just on the right hand side, meh, it's boring, right? Meh. Let's add some colour, add some personality, make it look pretty, make it look like something you'd actually want to click on. Let's do that. So what have we got here? We have got just this. Let's make a little container to wrap around all of this in our style component and make it look pretty. So let's call it mobile menu container, because it's going to contain all of our mobile menu items. Going to be a div. I need some music, man. It's so quiet. If anyone knows some good, like, royalty-free music that won't distract me, but if it does distract me, I'm not really gonna complain. Please let me know, so we can actually, like, truly vibe as the weather's getting nicer. Maybe some cocktails and mocktails to go along with it, you know. Who doesn't like coding when they're slightly buzzed? It's fun times. Alright, let's start off by making the background colour. Oh my gosh, my keyboard. Background colour. Let's make it the yellow. That is part of our theme. So I'm going to copy you. Wrap that. I don't see your background colour because I've put it on the wrong thing again. It's down here. Too many conditions. Ooh, look at that. Exciting. We've got a very small square that's yellow. It's wrapping itself around all the content, huh? I don't know about drunk baking. I've burnt myself so many times. I'm scarred. If you see my arms and my legs, because I have a bad habit of trying to iron on my legs. Don't do it. Do not do it. I've got so many burn marks on my arms from sober baking. But I dread to think what drunk baking would do to me. It might actually be the end of me. Alright, let's make this the width 100% of the view width. Let's see what happens. Yeah. And the height 100% of the view height. Look at that! We have all yellow. Well, what's this border around? What is this border around? We don't want you. No. Who are you and why are you here? What's being computed? There's no padding. There's no margin. If we make you top 0, what happens? Huh. if I remember correctly, underneath the hood there's something with Next that adds either margin or padding around everything. Let's inspect this. There you go. No. It's on body. But we don't want no margin around you. Let's get rid of you and put it right in the theme. Body. Goodbye, margin. We don't want you. We don't need you. Goodbye. Look at that. Yay, we have colour. We have a little bit of personality, a little bit of life. And get rid of that top 0 because we don't need you. You didn't do anything for us. Alright. Close you still back in? Nothing you. Oh! Look at that! Getting rid of that margin. Now everything's right in the top corners. Don't want that. Alright, let's sort this out. Now we've got rid of the margin. Maybe. What we got? Space between is not what we want anymore. Space around, not enough. Space evenly, too much. Alright, we'll keep space between. And we will put a padding on the header, and in the theme is an R massive nerd. I like numbers, and when it comes to computer science we love everything to be the power of 8. So in my theme I have got a gap that I've defined as 8 pixels because power of 8 that I can use for padding, margin, anything that needs to be different sizes. And just multiply it, divide it, do some maths. And I know some people here like, oh, I hate maths. Sorry. So let's get that gap out. And we'll multiply it by, I don't know, 2, so it's ended up being 16 altogether. That looks a bit better. Yeah, me likes. If I click on you, yeah, we don't want this padding here. So, what we could do is only have the padding when we're not showing the mobile menu. Show mobile menu is a Boolean. Yes, it is. Yes, you are. And in style components, you can pass a prop. So I'm going to pass a prop, show mobile menu. I'll just reuse the same name. I'm going to pass in that bit of state of show mobile menu. It should be true or false. Let's update our padding now to have a condition. If props, so passing the props, then props dot show mobile menu is true. No, it's false. Oh, it's, yeah, it's when it's false. False. Then do the padding. Oh, sure, man. Perform a full refresh. And show mobile menu should be false right now. Are you not? Are you not? What are you? Who are you? Let's take a look. It is false. So we should be getting our calculation. But we're not. Oh, what did I do wrong? Why is my chat box continuously moving? I don't understand. I keep moving you back to be in the top, say the bottom right corner, and it's doing whatever it wants. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. It is what it is. It's live streaming. Nothing goes right. It is what it is. Do what you want. Do what you want. Okay. Back to this. So when props show mobile is false, and it is currently false, then we should be do a calculation. Right, if I move the calculation, let me cut it because I'm gonna need it back. And just hard code 16 pixels, what happens? Yeah, there you go. Let's make sure. Yep. So that condition works. But you don't like you. You know, I'll hard code it for now. I'll sort you afterwards. Let's move on. Yeah, this is exciting. Oh, does my Twitch stream say I'm streaming Animal Crossing? Whoops. Did someone forget to make updates? I think so. Next time I'll be more organised. I promise. Okay, what are we doing? So, when we're showing the mobile menu, it looks a bit blah. Let's add a bit more personality to it. We still want people to be able to go into dark mode when they're in the mobile menu. Let's add in that little moon SVG. Where are you down here? Let's put you in. And let's put it above the list. And then that button is hideous. So ugly. I'm going to leave you for now. I'll change you to something afterwards. Hideous. Let's spread out the text a little bit. Oh, these list items are really wide. Let's make them middle. Center. Yeah, look at that. So list. We need to update you. List component, where are ya? They are here. So we need to actually be, I'm gonna move this justify content center to be mobile. Then we're gonna have justify content center line items. Items, plural? Plural? Right. Yes, plural. Cool. Alright, that's looking a little better. What do you think? Do you think we're making a bit of progress with that? Let's get this moon icon in the middle as well. In fact, what is all of this? This is all in the header, right? And when I pass in show mobile menu, if I make all of you justify content center, nah, mate, you're not working still. Why is this button and this moon next to each other? And this is by itself. What is happening? What is happening? What we doing wrong, huh? What we doing wrong? So this is the mobile menu, right? Like this logic down here from 178 to 88, these 10 lines is all of this that's currently being displayed. Mobile menu container. Who are you? What are you? Why are you? You're that. Let's make you flex. Flex direction column. Okay, that's looking a little better. Let's make this moon SVG. Let's make everything in the middle. Justify content center. Align items. Center. Maybe not align item. Maybe not align. Maybe. Maybe not justify content center. Alright, tell you what. Let me not fixate on that. I'm gonna comment it out for now. Maybe come back to it later. Okay, I think we are getting somewhere. I think we're getting somewhere. Although, its alignments roll off. What comment you on? It's coming up with different whips. We need to make everything center. I was about to start singing a really inappropriate song. Have I remembered? Live streaming. Can't be doing that. The button and the moon can go in a div, so they're aligned in the same line. True. That is true. Could put in a fragment. That's sheer laziness. Wait, where's the beginning of his text gone? Alright, make you a div. Do something. I'll call it test for now, so I can't think of a name. Styled div. And then let's see what's happening here. Let's get into that div. Shouldn't have to make it flex or anything. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. It's a width issue, you know, something. Don't need this actually. What we need in mobile menu container, everything is centered with 100% viewpoint, view width. Kiddies inside of it. Ah, there it is. Padding on this. List, okay. List. Padding. None. There we go. Padding and margin. Seriously. There's 4 things that drive me crazy in CSS. Width, height, padding, margin. The basics of CSS. They drive me insane. It's always one of those. Always one of those. Okay, everything is centered. Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave this here as it is. Let's see what changes we have made. Let's check desktop, and we haven't broken anything there. Maybe we have. We don't seem to have any padding on desktop. On the header, let's sort that out before we commit. Let's get into a bigger view. Oops, that's massive. So I'm gonna zoom out a bit. Header. Oh, padding is there. Just wanted to tease me. Fine, you are there. That's fine, content and everything, content and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna delete this. What have we got here? What have we got here, eh? Cool, I think we're at a good place to commit. And what did we do? We styled the mobile menu. Made the mobile menu reflect the designs that are in my head. Give that a push. Just so everyone knows, I'm having a hard stop at 2 p.m, so in 25 minutes, because I do actually have work to do today. So we've got 25 more minutes. What more should we do? Let's go back to the designs. let's so this thing's an image. I can't bother to put it in right now, but let's start making this top bit. Let's start making the layout, the overall layout of everything. So it's not going to be the header. We're going to actually be working on the layout, not just the header bit. So getting our header together, getting our footer together, and everything in between that. That's the overarching layout of the whole site. So that we are on the header branch right now. I'm going to branch off it because we still need some of the code we written in header. Do we? Nah, we don't. Nah, we don't. So I'm going to go back to main. Then I'm going to check, create a new branch. I'm going to call it layout. Come on, Chrome, where are ya? So back to how we were at the very beginning, and now it's going to work on the overall layout. So making sure the header is always at the top, the footer is always at the bottom, and everything, the content, children, the body is in between. And that's going to be flexible, take up as much height that it needs to. So let's get that going, shall we? Let's go back to deleting all of this beautiful boilerplate code. We don't need these anymore. I'm just gonna say, hey everyone. There we go, lovely. So what I like to do is create, I don't even have a components folder. I like to create a layout component, usually. So let's create our components folder. And inside, I'm gonna create a layout.js. Let's get our skeleton. It's called layout. We're not gonna pass any props yet. We might change our mind. Now I'm gonna implicitly return. It's gonna be eventually we will have a header. I'll do it in just the HTML semantics. Have it I am the header. Then we're gonna have our children, well, the content, the main body. I am the main. Actually, we should use main. I am the main content. And then footer. I am the footer. Let's export. Before I forget, and I'm trying to import something, and I'm like, why is it not working? I just don't understand. And it's called layout, not footer. Let's import that onto my home page. I'm gonna get rid of you and just have layout. Great. I have a header. I'm the main content. I have a footer. We always want the header to be at the top. We always want the footer to be at the bottom. Main content in between. Let's sort out that layout using some CSS. So we'll import stuff from Style Components. You are? What just happened there? Alright. Alright then. I'm gonna make all of this one giant grid. Oh, what I didn't show you in Figma actually is when I was designing all of this, let me turn it on. I put everything on a grid. So you can see the alignment of things are on a grid. These start on column 2. Sorry, column 2 or 3? Column 2, yep. This starts on column 3, ends on column... This one? I'm not going to do the maths. So everything is actually on a grid. And it's a 12 column grid. So let's create that. Const. I'm going to call it container because it's a container for the layout. Styled dot div, gonna be a div. Let's look at the keyboard. And you're gonna be a grid, a CSS grid to match the designs. Sure, perform a full refresh. I see no problem with that. And that is effects. Now let's inspect, shall we? See what this grid is saying. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's make our 12 columns. See what grid template. Columns. I want 12 of the exact same size. Yeah, repeat. 12. Same size. Do your thing. Give me 12 columns. Thank you. Oh, look at that. It's recognized my grid. And it's put in all of the children on each thing. Grid, here we go. Do I want a grid here? Or do I want it? Let's stick with having a grid here. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So let's make the header will eventually take up all 12 columns, the main with all 12 columns for all 12 columns. And then the children, what's inside of header or inside of main, will be aligned to whatever column they need to be in the grid. Yeah, let's do that for now. But what I really wanted to show you was, I'm gonna have to quickly turn header and main and footer into components. Let's do it really quickly. Header, styled header. Is that you can make the header always at the top, the footer always at the bottom, and the content be whatever, the main content be whatever size it needs to be. You know what? My brain's gone dead. I'm not going to rewrite this. I'm going to copy it from something I've done it already for. Where's my layout component in here? Ah, I did this instead. Cool, great, perfect. Copy that container over. Even better. Ah, that's what I did. So the header is whatever 20 times 8 is. 20 times 8. So 160 pixels. That's the size of the header. The main right now is nothing. It's just taking up the size of that. It's just taking up the size of the text. and then the footer is taking up the rest of the remaining space on the page. So let's actually make the main a bit better. So footer's taking up all the remaining space. So let's add some text to the main content. Let's go to Cupcake Gibson. Just so you can see the footer size being reduced. Because the footer is only going to take up the remaining space available on the page. And it's going to be flexible depending on the main content. Yeah, look at that. Love it. Let's get rid of these. Yes, the header is 160 pixels. The main content takes up as much space as it needs, and the footer takes up the remaining space. Let's give the footer an actual height. Const footer equals styled footer. And what height should we give it? No, we don't give it a height. It's taking up the remaining space. Let's give it some content. Maybe reduce this. It's a lot. Why did I copy and paste so much? You see the footer grows depending on the remaining space that's available to it. We can also give it, some content so that it has to, we will always see that content no matter what. So this is going to be the overall layout. The header will take up currently 160 pixels. The main content take up as much space as it needs. And then the footer will take up the remaining space available on the page. Which I think is, will work. It'll be fine. And I just want to do one quick thing to the footer. To the footer, before I forget. Footer. Actually assign the grid area to it. Footer. I'm going to be really, really cheeky, massively cheeky. Make it flexbox and justify content. This is not going to be the final result for the footer, but it will do for now. Flex, end. Oh, don't embarrass me like that. Fine, footer. What should you be? Maybe it's align. It's align items. Another 10 off that grid and 10 off that flex. The layout of my page suddenly looks like it has a header that has X amount of space. It has a main content that has X amount of space. And it has a footer that has X amount of space. So the layout is suddenly coming together very slowly, but it is coming together. I am the main content. Oh, come on. So what I'm going to do is, can you guess? I'm gonna commit that. As the feature, it is my basic layout. And push. And while I'm here, let's go to GitHub. Go to my repos. That one. I'm gonna open 2 PRs, it looks like. The first one being all the header stuff that we worked on. What's all this? Yeah. Let's give ourselves a proper description. Header component. Let me zoom in so you can all see what I'm actually writing. Basics of header component. Is response is responsive on desktop and mobile. I'm gonna keep an eye because I'm gonna do a draft PR of the things I have left to do, which was essentially styling. So I need to add real logo. So things I've got left to do. Menu added. Add real logo. Add more styling to reflect the designs. And the most important bit, add some tests. Because believe it or not, unit tests are extremely important, even for this, even for things like this. And also, check accessibility. And I'm gonna open it as a draft PR because I haven't finished all of these things. Love it. And then open another PR for the layout. Again, it will be draft because I'm not going to finish it in the next 6 minutes. Layout. Component. We do created basic layout structure of site, header, main content, and footer. Yeah, cool. Again, it's going to be draft because it's not complete. So what I have left to do is what I was going to do is tidy your code, really. Remove all lorem ipsum, cupcake ipsum, get its props. Okay, Ipsum. Tidy up. Code. Maybe add test. I'll put it in. And yeah, that's fine. It's not adding any actual elements onto the page. It's just the structure, the layout. Yep. So we don't need to check accessibility. Cool. Draft PR. Love it. Look at that. 2 hours. We got 2 draft PRs up and running. We've created a responsive header. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to that branch. Got a responsive header without using any external dependencies to create it. Got actual hamburger menu. That's a few lines of JavaScript. Who knew it's that simple? And we're getting some personality and some life to this site. Fully responsive. Look at that. Who knew? Oh, how are we all feeling? We've got 3 minutes left for the stream. Is anyone still there? Have I lost you all? Have I made you bored? Everyone's gone quiet in the chat. What's next? What's next is building all of this. So I think you missed the beginning. Let me turn this layout grid off. When I was briefly explaining what each page is going to be. So homepage, we know this is going to be the homepage. The guest book, we're going to have a bit of fun times with that. It's where you all can come along. Leave me nice, I stress nice messages, because if they're not nice, I'm gonna delete them. So you can all come in, like sign a little virtual guest book, leave a message for me. Talks will be just like all the talks that I do, the public talks, etc. Dashboard, who doesn't love a dashboard? Who doesn't love a dashboard? I'm gonna connect, I don't know, I'll connect some YouTube API stuff, some metrics, Spotify, Twitter, whatever things I can get hold of that has my data, I would love to put into a dashboard, and that's going to be this page. And then more about me is just going to be my bio, headshot, for when I do talks, rather than having to copy and paste repeatedly, like, here's the link, please do your thing. And by the time I finish all this, I probably will have a billion more ideas to add to this website, but this is the starting point. So next, I think we're going to finish, I'll probably at some point actually finish off the homepage. It's not that fun. And then maybe we're back on the guest book next together. How about that? Would you be interested in the guest book bit? Where people can come in, sign, leave a little message for me? I think yeah. I'm going to do that. Next Friday, same time, we'll start working on the guest book functionality. How about that? And it's bang on 2 o'clock, which means I need to go back to work. This has been fun. If you're here this time next week, let's do it again. If you're working, don't worry, just sneak away. Come spend your time with me. It's more fun over here anyway. And if you know any good royalty-free music that I can play during the stream, please let me know. Because we all know I love to, that's how I broke my last chair. Dancing in my seat. How will I stop spam? Tony, you're going away to, we'll discuss this next week, mate. We'll discuss it next week. Unless you know a way and you want to share it with me now. I'll tell you what, Tony. Let's talk later. Alright, I need to go back to work. This has been fun. See you next week. Same time, same place. Bye!